Here we go. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Colts, their new head coach, and uh, what we learned about him so far in the press conference he had. We're going to talk about the best QB it's possibly that the Colts can pick up. We're going to talk about Indiana and what it means for them to win this next game to make it 4 wins in a row, and what they need to do and who needs to play well. Um, and we're going to talk a little bit about who's staying and who's going for the Colts as well. And we're just going to get into depth about the interview with the Colts, or the news conference with the Colts and Shane Steichen. So here we go. All right, so the interview I come across, to me, first off, I believe he is very emotionally attached. At least he was to Philadelphia. He is emotionally attached to what brought him up to be where he's at, what got him to this point. He is dedicated, that's for sure. He is very dedicated, and he feels strongly about how he wants the offense to be like, as well as how he's going to run as head coach. So Shane Steichen made the comment that he had a 4-pillar foundation. I'm not going to get real depth in that. Basically, it's nothing new from any other coach would say. But nevertheless, he did kind of lay out the foundation and dedication, holding people responsible. It was the regular foundation for any head coach in the NFL. I would hope so, anyways. He did say that he was going to be calling the offensive calls. I personally not sure if I like that or not. So as far as Jim Irsay and Chris Ballard once, Chris Ballard made a comment I didn't like. So Jim Irsay was talking about a lot of stuff about the new head coaching position, how they came to the agreement of hiring Shane. And then he made a comment on how it's on what kind of quarterback they'll be picking up, and that if that meant trading up or staying put. Chris Ballard made a comment that he wanted to trade down. That made me scratch my head. Why would you want to trade down? So I know that there's Breakfast with Kent is one of them that I watch, but it's because he likes the extra picks. He's trading down to get more picks. But we need a quarterback. We need one badly. We don't need one that's, might be okay. We need one that's a first rounder. Let's take this first round pick. If we have to trade a couple of second rounds to move up in the picks, then let's do so. We need to get a good quarterback from this draft. Plain and simple. I personally didn't think there'd be good draft equity in QBs when we started this beginning of the year, well, more or less last year. And be honest with you, Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud kind of proved me wrong. And I got to looking at Will Levis, and Will Levis honestly did not look that bad. I think that he has a strong arm. He can scramble a little bit, and he's pretty accurate with the ball. Now, it was pointed out, and I'm going to mention it again, Breakfast Kent he says that he goes through his progressions a little slow and makes the wrong decisions a lot. And I did go back to a few of his games, did some research myself. There was a few situations that he did. He felt, you can see he felt rushed within himself. He chose a different receiver, and he should have thrown to a completely different receiver. So I can see where he's coming from. I still personally like Will Levis, but if I had to choose, I'd probably say C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, and then Will Levis in that order. If you're pulling, if we're going to pull from the draft, I would like to get one of those three. Those are the three main QBs that we need to be looking at. We don't need to be trading down. We need to be trading up. We need to get the quarterback we want. This is what we did when we picked up Peyton Manning. We got the number one pick. We didn't move down the picks. We picked the best quarterback that was available, that was really good, and we got really far, and we did well with him. So let's do this again. Why in the world would he pick that? Why would he want to move down? I don't know. I think sometimes he doesn't think of what he's saying before he says it sometimes. I don't know if he meant it jokingly, but I promise you this much. Telling a joke in the middle of the press conference is not going to get you fans, and it's not going to win you games. So if you don't think that that's what you're going to do, don't joke about it, because this is going to either make or break us. Either definitely, it's not so much this year, maybe, but next year, we're going to be counting on this quarterback to develop into a winning quarterback. If he doesn't come out of the college and magically, be a unicorn and play extremely well. So I messed up. Now, Shane Steichen, what's the like and dislike about him? First off, dislike. I don't care for the fact that he says he's going to make the play calls. I think you need an OC you trust, and maybe he will go to that next year. Maybe he wants to kind of get his stamp on it, and then get that kind of out of the way, and next year bring in an OC that he wants to make the calls. In my opinion, when a head coach starts making play calls for the offense or for the defense, it doesn't really make a difference. You're taking away part of responsibility that could give you freedom to do other things. It takes your focus away, in my opinion. So number one, I didn't like that. Number two is we do not know exactly who he's going to pick up for his DC and his OC, if he picks up an OC. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me, honestly, that much, but it's kind of in the air. Hopefully that gets announced soon, basically, is what I want. I was hoping he would give us some sort of idea or some sort of direction he was going to go in, but he really didn't. He basically said he's going to talk to the staff following the press conference or next week. I forget his exact words. And they were going to discuss that and figure that one out, and he was going to let go, and so on and so forth. He was asked if he was going to keep, and what started this was he asked if he's going to keep the defense coordinator, and he mumbled, what we're going to make a discussion. I don't think he meant, he was going to keep him. I think he meant, we're going to talk about this later, sort of thing. So I'm not saying that defense coordinator is staying, because I don't know that he's going to stay, and he very well may. I'm sure there's going to have to be some changes, though, and I'm sure that Shane's going to have the changes that he wants to be made. But I really think the Jim Irsay and the Chris Ballard thing, Chris Ballard this is just a bad idea. That's still bothering me. What I really like about Shane is the way he talks. He's all about business. He said that he wants to build a team, which this is a statement that I have not heard any head coach make, and this is the reason why I really like him thus far. He was going to make the offense work around the players. So therefore, in his example was like Michael Pittman. Let's see what he does best. What is his 100% best routes, the best position he can be in to just grow and explode and help our offense? What is that route? What is that spot on the field? Where do I need you so we can make the best out of each play that you're in? That comment, my opinion, but that comment, I believe, really made me like him because he's already looking at what he wants to do. And this is the reason why the Eagles are one of the best offenses, I think, in the NFL, is because he wants to put each player, break them down, and see what they're best at and use that best quality on the field. So I really like that comment. And he comes across really committed on it. I love that about him, though. So I believe that we got we got the head coach that we should have got. I believe he's going to improve our offense. But yeah, 100% behind him. He looks good. Indiana Hoosiers. So they have got to play well from the get-go. Northwestern is a team that will sneak up on you and bite you in the ass. They have a couple players that can actually make or break a game, and they've been playing well. So we need good play from our guards. We need good play from everybody across the board. So Trace Jackson Davis has got to come up big, which he has. I'm not saying he's no different, basically. And from Thompson, he's got to be on the floor. And whatever you got to do, get on the floor. Just get on the floor. Because, I mean, honestly, Monique is not playing well. I would love to have Xavier on the floor for the rotation and get relief. But, I don't know when he's going to be on the floor. We really need Thompson on the floor. We absolutely need him. We need him badly. Just because Malik, he fouls. He doesn't know how not to foul. And he doesn't play really good defense either. I'm sure that comes with time. I'm sure it will. As of right now, he is not where he needs to be a starter. So we need that to happen. Trace Jackson Davis needs to go score big. And then we need Malik Renew, if he's going to play well. We do not need this ticky-tack fouls, this reaches, or whatever the heck he's doing to get all this attention. We need him to play well. What this means for Indiana is that this 4-game winning streak they will be on, because I believe they're going to win. It helps them in the NCAA overall. Plus, Northwestern's right underneath us. We lose this game, we lose our position. We'll move to third, just barely trailing, but then everybody underneath us is barely trailing. They're going to be a game under us. The Big Ten is up for grabs, and Indiana needs to take what they're doing right now and kind of run away the best they can with the wins they can get. Indiana needs to try to run away with a good record. They do. They need to get it. They need to get out in the open and separate themselves from everybody below them. They are one game behind Northwestern, basically, or in front of Northwestern, basically. If they lose, Northwestern takes our spot. We go to third place. Right now, we are second. And then if we move to third place, we are only one game ahead of 5 other freaking teams in the Big Ten. Big Ten is no joke this year. They are not playing around. Indiana is only one of many teams in the Big Ten that have a shot to go to the NCAA tourney. So we do not have the relaxing position to say it's not a big deal if we lose a game here or there. We don't, as every game is on the line. Now, within this next week or two, we'll say next 3 games. The next 3 games is going to be huge because there's going to be some teams separating themselves from the pack. Right now, everybody's just bunched up. But there is, because they're going to be playing each other, and somebody's got to lose. And it starts with us tonight. We have to win this game. This is a big game for us. When we win this game, we start separating ourselves from the pack. Thompson shows up, and he helps us out because he really needs to be on the floor. Malik Renew, he's just not ready to be a starter. I'm sure he's going to get there. I'm sure he is. He will make it eventually. But right now, he's not ready. Malik Renew just isn't ready to be a starter, but that's okay. Not a big deal. We're going to win this game anyway because we have to win it. And I know Indiana does what they got to do to make it to the NCAA when they got the talent that they do this year. Something else I really like about Shane is that so far every quarterback that's played for him has done extremely well. He's played with a couple of rookies, and he's gotten really good numbers out of those 2 rookie quarterbacks. So hopefully we get either Bryce Young, Will Levis, or C.J. Stroud. Not necessarily in that order. I really would like to go Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and then Will Levis in that order. But I hope we get one of those 3. And I really think he's going to get the best out of any one of those that we pick up. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch you in the next one.